my glasses because my glasses are sunglasses and I forgot them. That's okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. I've been wanting to say that for 2 days now. I've been saying happy Friday for 2 days now. So today's going to be an amazing day. It is. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. We're having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamiche Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? I hope you're ready to get this morning started. Are you going to be okay, Rosie?
The thought of walking is hurting.
The thought of walking is hurting, Rosie. You want to tell them about your day yesterday? She sweated to death yesterday.
I had color guard practice yesterday from...
Great morning, Miss Valerie.
5:30 to 7:15. We usually go to 7:30, but, that doesn't last. For, the first hour and for, 45 minutes. Well, not even. Just the first hour and some change. We danced. And most of that time was spent doing the same dance over and over again.
So my child is hurting to walk.
And then, that wasn't even the end. Then, we did flags.
We had to toss flags in the air and catch them.
Because that's color guard, and I already knew that because we did that on Monday. But it was just the dancing that broke me because I wasn't intending on falling from my waist or jump playing so many times.
Well, welcome to color guard. Good morning, everybody.
And I don't know why she's saying all this stuff like she knows what she's talking about because she wasn't even in color guard.
No,
she
I'm
did
saying
track.
I'm saying welcome to color guard. It's work. I'm excited for you.
She did track.
I did run track, but I understand the soreness of the body
and
from
played soccer.
Yes, I ran track and played soccer. So Rosie is excited about that. I hope you guys have been sharing the show. If you have not, please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. Miss Valerie, I'm praying for your husband, and he is in my thoughts and my prayers. So I will give you a call soon to see how I pray everything is A-okay. If you guys have not shared the show, please make sure you do so. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, please remind them that we are on YouTube where they can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have $3?
Huh?
You have $3.
I have no cash. I told you, that's why I put money on your card. I don't understand why you wouldn't communicate that to me.
Because I forgot.
My name is Yamiche Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Talk about crazy this morning. We drove past.
Can we not?
So Rosie has a card, bank card. I put money on it for lunch on Tuesday, Wednesday, yesterday. I put money for lunch on there yesterday. I picked her up yesterday. We drove 35. It took us almost 40 minutes to get home. Got up and then we went to the park. We got up this morning. We drove another 40 minutes here. She waits till we park here to say, hey, Ma, you got any cash? Because, the lunch line doesn't take cards, so I don't have any cash for lunch. We have driven past 1 gazillion ATMs, and at no point did she think to say, hey, the money you put on my card? Because she asked, Ma, can you put some money on my bank card? So I put money on her bank card. At no point did she think to say, but my school doesn't take cards for lunch. So what you doing? Well, let's talk about what you're doing with the money. Let's talk about the crazy of the day before I get to the Fearless thought. This is why I'm the only Live Past Crazy specialist.
This is not why. This is because this is what you wanted to do.
And then I forgot, Mommy. So we had this conversation before I hit the live button. And then she's going to say, excuse me, do you have $3? I just told you I have no cash. And then you're going to whisper, do you have $3? I put money in your bank account.
Can you leave me alone, please?
Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My braid came loose. I had a braid right there.
I know. I said it didn't look good and it came apart.
That's all right. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, guys. My name is Yamiche JoJo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Hand me your phone. I need my Fearless starter today. So while Rosie's getting it, because I had to take pictures, don't forget, if you want to know more about why I'm the only Live Past Crazy specialist, you can grab my book, Fearless Woman, Born to Give Thanks, which is book 1. You can grab it on Amazon. You simply type in Fearless Woman. It'll come up along with my name, or you can simply type in my name. There are 3 books out there. Transition to Freedom is book 2, but Fearless Woman, Born to Give Thanks gives you a little bit more information about why I am who I am. So the fearless thought for today, I got like 2, because this is a great Friday. The sun is shining. It's going to be an amazing day. I'm so excited for the day. Fearless thought for today: your belief system is the source of your attitude, and you can never lead beyond your attitude. And that's by my man, Dr. Myles Munroe. If y'all don't know Dr. Myles Munroe, please go check him out. Your belief system is the source of your attitude, and you can never lead beyond your attitude. Mel just asked, are you at school?
Tell her no.
Okay. Your belief system is the source of your attitude, and you can never lead beyond your attitude. I think this spoke to me. It's important to me. And y'all know who am I to be sharing my thoughts? But hey, that's what we're here for. And I'm sure you have thoughts that you can share. And by all means, please share them with me so it can be a dialogue. So I'm not just talking to myself. I would like to know that other people either agree or disagree, or have some thoughts or not have thoughts. Y'all talk to me. So your belief system is the source of your attitude, and you can never lead beyond your attitude. That simply means however you are thinking right now is as far as you're gonna go. Right. Mike, I found him a couple of years ago, and I've learned so much. He's one of my favorite speakers. He is a pastor, and he did pass away. He passed away a couple of years ago, 2014, I think, Rosie. So you can never lead beyond your attitude. If your attitude is garbage, well, or if your attitude is insisting on that everything is wrong. Like, have you ever, and y'all know how I feel about complaints, but have you met people that everything is wrong? Like, there's nothing ever right in life. Everything is wrong. Like, they can't compliment anything. They always, it can never be, oh, that's good. It was good, but you know, and they got something to say. So if your attitude is garbage, Rosie, can you turn your phone back on? You're never going to lead past it. Meaning, if all you see is bad, all you're going to get is bad, and as far as you're going to get is bad. Let me tell you, Michael, I had a conversation yesterday. When I tell you it zapped all my little energy, and I was drained for the rest of the day. Like, y'all, I'm a meditation girl. I am the deep breathing person. I listen to the meditations. I do all the things. I had to go take a 15-minute meditation break. It was my lunch break, but 15 minutes of my lunch break was spent in meditation and deep breathing to restore my energy because I was depleted. Like, it will wear you out. Right, Rosie? I want to, but I'm using that. It would take all of your energy. So your attitude, you can never lead beyond your attitude, right? Especially if you're trying, and I like that he says you could never lead beyond your attitude, because at some point, we are all leaders, period. You're either a leader to do nothing, or you're a leader to do something. You're a leader in your family. You're a leader in your community. You're a leader in your church. You are a leader whether you want to admit it or not. Like, that is you. But if your attitude, and then you ever wonder why they get mad at other people so quickly? You ever met anybody like that, Rosie? Where they get so mad so fast? Like, why are you so angry instantaneously? Like, why is that? Your attitude can never lead you. You can never lead beyond your attitude. Why does your screen shut off so fast?
I don't know.
You probably have to change your settings. Here's the other thing. Your belief system is the source of your attitude, and you can never lead beyond your attitude. So your belief systems, again, are just thoughts that you have that you repeat every day that become your belief system. So if you want to change your belief system, you start by changing your thoughts, and then it's going to change your attitude, because you can never,
Sorry, I was talking to myself.
You can never lead past your attitude. So your belief system is so strong that... No? Do you need it?
I would like to go.
Oh, would you? But can you write this down for me? Just this one. I thank you. I love Rosie. So, belief system. So, your belief system is... Your belief system is what helps you navigate. So your belief system is really your character, who you say you are. It is your words. Your belief system is everything that makes you you. Now, if you don't like your belief system, or something is not speaking true to who you are, then you can change your belief system. Good morning. Good morning. Is this Omar and his wife? Good morning, sister-in-law. Good morning, brother. You want to say good morning to Uncle Omar and his wife? Like, do you want to show your face? Your belief. So if there's something that you don't believe in, or is not speaking to your beliefs, now is the perfect time for you to decide what it's going to be, because your belief systems determine your attitude. It's Uncle Omar. She love us on Uncle Omar, honey. She worry about him more than Scotty and Chad. You understand me? Why is that, Rosie? So your belief system is your character. It is the things that navigate you. But if at any point in life, as you start to grow, because y'all know I feel some type of way about pastors that just give me phrases out the Bible. I need you to teach me something so that I can then go home and study what you taught me. If I can preach your sermon, what benefit is me to be in church? If all I'm going to do is fall out, scream, holler, yell, but afterwards I can't tell anybody what you spoke about and how it edified my soul and how I'm going to apply that thing, that's just another side note. But your belief system, so if any time there's something in your character you want to change how things are, because your belief system is your attitude, and you can only go as far as your attitude. If your attitude is garbage and there's some things you want to change, the first thing you're going to have to do is change your belief system. And so in the nerd science, brain science world, behaviors are simply a series of thoughts that are reinforced over and over again. Can you please give me my glasses? Yeah, I can't see. And I forget that my glasses are transitional, so I can actually have sunglasses. Rosie's moving slow. She had color guard practice yesterday, so she can barely walk. So your belief systems is simply a thought process that you have over and over and over again. So a lot of us, our belief system came from our parents. It came from our church. It came from our religion, our aunts and uncles, our friends. It came from whoever was the most influential person was in our life. And we took on their belief system. And so we have some foundational beliefs. Well, that's how my mama and them did it. This is how my mama cooked macaroni and cheese. That's your belief system. Right. So your mama's macaroni and cheese is your belief system. Like, no, JoJo, you got to put the eggs, and then the other bag, the eggs and the milk. So your belief system are the things that your parents have reiterated over and over and over to you. So that belief system is, JoJo, let me tell you one more time to clean up your room, and I'm going to tear that tail up. Well, my belief system is, keep a clean room so your mama don't tear your tail up, correct? So then it becomes my belief system that I've got to keep a clean room, which I then pass along to my children, who Rosie does not adhere to that policy at all.
Listen, I have gotten better.
Good morning, Margaret. I'm just saying, Rosie.
Don't do that to me, not this early in the morning.
Love you. Be peaceful.
Love you too.
So I'm just saying, don't forget I won't be home till late. You look cute today. Love you. Be peaceful. Your belief system is everything that your family has reiterated to you over and over again. If you're old school, love you. If you're old school, that was, you got up and you went to church on Sunday. You went to Bible study. You did all the things. How many of us are doing things in our lives that we say are part of our character and our moral system, but we're doing it because it was what our family, our mothers, our fathers have instilled in us, but it may not necessarily be speaking true to who we are anymore. Like it was our belief system when we were younger, because we were younger and we were being molded by our mamas, our daddies, our sisters, our brothers, our society. But as we got older, the belief system may not necessarily apply to you now. And here's the thing, your belief system, again, is just a series of thoughts that are reinforced over and over and over again. So can you change your belief system? Absolutely. You do that by changing your thoughts, okay? And then when you change your thoughts, then you can go different places, because if your belief system is not speaking true to who you are, you may have a nasty attitude about some things, and then you can only lead as far as your attitude is going to take you. Dr. Myles Munroe, I love him so. He's a great pastor. He's a great leader. He's a great teacher of the word. If you're a God's girl, you know, you believe in Jesus, A to the man, Dr. Myles Munroe is where you need to start to get you some fundamental stuff down. Because a lot of times we just believe what other people tell us and we don't question it. And you got to know the word for yourself. Okay? Just a little side note. So if you want to change your core, who you are, there's some things that's not speaking true to your belief system, you absolutely can change those. And you do that by changing your thought process. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are. It doesn't matter where you are. I like to take away all restrictions. Okay, because I have a hard time sometimes we have self-imposed restrictions and then we complain about the restrictions that we imposed on ourselves. Meaning, I'm going to complain that I hate my job, but I put myself there because, you know, I got to live near mom and them because this is where I'm from, and I can't leave them because, you know, she ain't never really want me to leave home, so now I got to stay here, but I'm hating every process of my life. Sometimes we have self-imposed restrictions so that we can continue to complain about them. So now we have relieved ourselves of the responsibility of doing something about it. Okay? So that means I'd rather stay here and complain, voluntarily keep myself in this situation so I don't have to do the work to change the situation. Yesterday we talked about the comfort of crazy rather than the discipline of freedom. And there it is. I'd rather deal with the crazy I know than the one I don't. So I'd rather stay in a relationship that no longer serves me nor him. I'd rather stay in a friendship that neither one of us are happy about. I'd rather stay at a job that when I wake up in the morning, I'd rather do 10,000 jumping jacks than go to. I'd rather stay in my self-imposed restriction, right? I'd rather stay there and complain than take on the responsibility of saying, hey, JoJo, yes, you can do something about that. And these are the steps that you can do to change that. And so for me, I like to remove all restrictions, all excuses, because and this is my personal belief, just because of the things I've been through. And you don't have to have been through what I've been through. You could have been through whatever. And everybody's battle is their own. And it's just as important as the next. But this is my this is what I tell myself. That if I have survived all the things, right? Y'all know the story. If I've survived all the things of abuse, and the beatings, and the black eyes, and the head being smashed into the concrete, and throwing out the moving car. If I can survive all the things, I no longer have an excuse or self-imposed restriction that I can put in place to make me stay where I don't want to stay. Like, I can't use that for an excuse anymore. It doesn't matter my monetary value, what I have or what I don't have. It doesn't matter where I live. It doesn't matter how old I am. It simply matters at this point. This is the place where battles are won. This is where you got to be committed and not just interested. This right here is where you decide it doesn't matter the self-imposed restrictions I put on myself. I know what I have to do, and that's what I'm going to do. It is right there where you then take on the responsibility instead of being comfortable in your self-imposed restrictions that you continue to complain about, but you put in place so that you don't have to do anything about. Because a lot of times what it is, we stay in those self-imposed restricted places because we don't want to take the responsibility to do other things. Because when we take responsibility to do something else, then people are going to expect different things. So when I was overweight, I could say, girl, I'm just a little big, I'm this. And I could use that as an excuse. But when I took on the responsibility of it, then I had to do the work of what I said out of my mouth. And so some of us are in self-imposed restrictions on purpose so that we can continue to complain about it, so we don't have to take on the responsibility of doing something about it. And so let me take it a little further. We stay in those self-imposed restrictions, meaning you stay in a job you hate, you stay where you don't like, you do the things you don't like, you talk to people you don't like, you attend a church that you don't necessarily agree with the teachings of because your mama and them go there and your daddy went there and, we've been going here for 20 years and it's the family church. You stay in those self-imposed restrictions, right, so that you can complain, so you don't have to take responsibility. But another step of that is you stay in those self-imposed restriction states because you like the outcome of the story that you can tell when you have restrictions on your life. So if I can always be JoJo, the single mother who's having a hard time, if I can always tell that story, I know the end result is somebody going to be like, Joe, let me send you $10 for the girls. Let me send you $20. Oh, I know you having it hard. If I can always say, Bob, he beat me, or he did this, or this happened, then I'm going to get the result of telling that story. And some of us are attached to the story that we tell and the things we get from that story. So why would we give up the self-imposed restrictions? Because I'm getting this. So I'm getting sympathy and empathy. I'm getting money. I'm getting people to feel sorry for me. I'm getting people, oh, woe is you, JoJo, because you're telling a sad story. So a lot of us are addicted to the story, and we're addicted to the outcome of the story and the results of the story that we tell from our self-imposed restrictions that we voluntarily stay in. So we don't want to take off. We don't want to move out of our complaining state, because then what would our story be? Your story, boo, is going to be your whole life. Your story then becomes what you want to be instead of staying in the crazy. But again, some of us would rather deal with the comfort of crazy than the discipline of freedom. Okay? That's my quote. I kind of like that one. Some of us would rather deal with the comfort of crazy than the discipline of freedom. I'd rather stay in my self-imposed restrictions. I'd rather stay at the job I hate. I'd rather stay in this relationship. I'd rather listen to everybody talk and do all the things than take on the responsibility of changing it. Because this is the Philistine today. It always ties back together. Your belief system, okay? You can't leave past your belief system. And your belief system is your character, and your belief system is your attitude. So if you don't like a thing, you can change a thing. So if your belief system is growing beyond what everybody knows of you. So confession, my belief system has changed drastically. From what people know of JoJo in the 90s, early 2000s, to what they know of JoJo now. Completely different person, because my belief system was different. I had different self-imposed restrictions there. And then when I realized my self-imposed restrictions were they were hindering more than helping, and I didn't like the outcome of the story, then I started to do something about it. I changed my belief system. Your belief system is simply a series of thoughts that you reinforce over and over and over again. And I didn't like the thoughts that I had. I did not like the belief system that somebody else had imposed on me. My ex-husband had imposed his belief systems on me. I didn't like that. I didn't like some of the self-imposed or somebody else's belief systems about religion, about how I should worship God, or how I should think about him, or how I should go to church. And as I grew, my belief system had to change. And your belief system is simply a series of thoughts that you reinforce over and over again. And so the more you become committed and dedicated to the change of you and learning the real you and not the outside shell of you, because that's exhausting, then your belief system begins to change. And now your belief system is becoming what you need it to be instead of the other way around. Your belief system is the source of your attitude, and your attitude determines your limitations, and you can never lead beyond your attitude. So if your belief systems are messed up, your attitude is going to be messed up. And let's be clear. Some of us are A-okay exactly where we are. This is a judgment-free zone. I'm just simply telling you how I walk through it. And maybe give you something to think about. Good morning, Kiba. Thank you. I'm just saying. So as you grow, your belief system will change. And you got to be, what's the word I want to say? You've got to be willing. So we pray for abundance. We pray for miracles. We pray for blessings, right? But if I'm in a self-imposed restriction state, right? How can I receive those things if I'm constantly against the very thing that I'm asking for? You have got to be willing to accept the abundance of your blessings. You have to be willing to accept all the grace and mercy that's coming to you. And to be willing to accept that, you've got to let go of the self-imposed restrictions. Come on, somebody. A to the man. I just worked that out for myself. Amen. Because I want to receive all the things. I want all the blessings. I want all the abundance. Because as a king's kid living in God's kingdom, there are certain rights that we get as a king's kid. Because the king's responsibility is to take care of people in the kingdom. Right? And if I'm made in his image and he dwells within me, do you think Jesus is going to lack? Because he already told you the things that he was going to do for you, right? So he's trying to give you the blessings, all the things, but you're so busy, or your hand is so full with your self-imposed restrictions, or a belief system that's no longer serving you, because you're doing all the things that your generations have set before you, meaning I've got to go to this church because that's going to continue to pray this way because that's the way my mama prayed. Guilty. I've got to continue to do all these things because this is what everybody in my family has done. But is it your belief system? Are you having self-imposed restrictions that are keeping you exactly where you are? So those self-imposed restrictions keep you where you are, keep you in a belief system so that you can complain about it. So then you don't have to take on the responsibility of doing anything about it. So as long as you can complain, that means you have relieved your own self of taking responsibility of changing the very thing that you say you don't like. You can't complain and ask for a blessing in the same mouth. The tongue in your shoe and the tongue in your mouth have got to line up. The tongue in your shoe and the tongue in your mouth have got to line up. I can't say one thing with my tongue and expect to walk that way. We're gonna fall over. Blind leading the blind. Dig one ditch, better dig two. Y'all remember, y'all know those things, right? So if I'm going to complain, I can't continue to complain and try to accept a blessing at the same time. Especially if I'm complaining about a self-imposed restriction. I don't like this job, but I stay here. I hate this marriage, but I stay here. I don't like this friendship and it's no longer serving me. Hey girl, how you doing? Let's go out to lunch, let's go out to dinner. Self-imposed restrictions. So I can then complain about the very thing that I voluntarily went out to interact with. Because you like the story that you're going to get. Child, she gets on my last nerve. But you talk to her. Man, this husband of mine right here on my last nerve, but you married to him. Now, there's a fine line. Y'all know. Don't be crazy. There's a fine line because it's give and take. Y'all know. But are you in self-imposed restrictions so that you continue to relieve yourself of the responsibility of changing your situation? And boo, it doesn't matter if you have no money. It doesn't matter if you... I was homeless, okay? I lived in a shelter. I had no undergarments. I had to ask somebody for a bra. I had to ask somebody for a toothbrush. Do you know the level of humbleness, the level of shame that brings? Number one. And then number two, to know I'm looking at two children, a 3-month-old preemie who at the time only weighed 4 pounds, and a 7-year-old who are both looking at me for all the answers. So I don't have time for self-imposed restrictions. I have a hard time understanding. But JoJo, you don't understand how hard it is. I picked up pennies off the street so I could feed my kids. I wore used underwear because I didn't have any. I had to go to the consignment shop and buy somebody else's underwear. Now, I washed them. I didn't even have a washing machine, so I washed my clothes in the bathtub and hung them around my house. But my clothes was clean. I took gas out the lawnmower so I could have gas in my car. So I can't understand you imposing imposed restrictions on yourself so that you can't take responsibility for your life. I have an extremely hard time understanding that. I can listen and I can be empathetic because I know that there's a process to it. I know at first you got to talk about it before you can conceive it in your mind. But once you conceive it in your mind, you got to do the actions. Yes, Jasmine. And sometimes we got to have those real conversations. So I don't get a lot of the let's complain about things. I can't handle that because I got a whole lot that I could complain about. But then again, if I'm going to stay in those self-imposed restrictions and relieve myself of the responsibility of changing what I don't, I'm just saying. Yes, Kiba, honey, I did that. You think I didn't pour gas out the lawnmower and put it in my car so I could get to work, so then I could then ask a coworker, every coworker I'd ask for $1 so I could have gas to get back home? Or I'd sneak into the girls' daycare and try to sneak back out so they wouldn't stop me at the door to say, hey, Miss Waddell, your kids can't come back because you ain't paid. I ain't got the money to pay. Or the days I did not eat so the girls could eat. I'm just saying. Or the days where the electricity got turned off and we lit candles and we played pretend like we was camping out because I didn't have the money to pay the light bill. I do not understand self-imposed restrictions so you can relieve yourself of the responsibility of what you need to do. If you don't like it, boo, do something about it. It's simple as that. Eventually, you're going to have to do the work. Eventually, the tongue in your mouth and the tongue in your shoe have got to line up. You cannot both of them can't be going in two different ways. They just cannot be. So, a lot of us stay where we are because We like the story that we tell ourselves. We like the result of telling that story. And we like not having the responsibility. We like not having the responsibility of life. I like complaining that I hate my job, so then I don't have to update my resume and go get another job, and people have different expectations of me, so now I got to live up to a higher expectation when before I was just getting by and I'm just okay skating by. Is that really how you want to live your life? Just skating by? Boo, I done been through too much to just be skating by, just be living less than, lack than. I'm saying, no, I refuse. Because this is what I know. This is what I know. It was hard living with an abusive husband. It was like, I don't think people understand how dark and deep depression can get, that I'm standing out the window thinking, if I jump out, is this concrete really going to hurt me? Am I going to die first of fear before I hit the concrete? So as I'm contemplating that thought, I hear kids and I'm thinking, you know what? I can't kill myself because my girls, what are my girls going to think about me? And every day, I have to choose, am I going to stay in those self-imposed restrictions, number one, or am I going to take on responsibility to do what I need to do? I hated my job at IBM. Absolutely. No, I loved the job at IBM. I hated the paycheck. I knew that even though I had 2 degrees, if I had a master's degree, I could make more money. So what did I do? With a 4-month-old preemie and a 7-year-old, I signed up for school. My family was 336 miles away from me. I had no support system. I had no idea who was going to keep my children. I had no idea how I was going to get gas back and forth. The good Lord, what you will find is that if you take the first step, the door will open up so that you can do the things to accomplish the things you want to do. Okay? The door opened up that led me to a job, that led me to somebody whose daughter needed to make some extra money, but I couldn't pay her. And she kept my kid for free. Now, granted, my driving was insane to get this degree. But I knew that if I took off the self-imposed restrictions, and those were, JoJo, you single, you ain't got no money, my car, y'all, the front wheel would fall off my car if I went over a certain mile. And so I had to have money to get the tire fixed. My car only held $3 worth of gas at a time. I had to have money to get that fixed so I could even just get to school. And then when I got to school, everybody would be eating and I would be starving, and I would drink water, praying that it would fill me up till I could get home. Well, then when I pick up the kids, they were hungry. And so what little bit of food left, I gave to them. So I went to bed hungry and prayed that somebody brought breakfast to work the next day that they didn't want, that I could have, that I could eat. I don't understand self-imposed restrictions. Your story doesn't have to be my story. We are all different. We all have different stories. Whatever your story may be, if you continue to add your self-imposed restrictions, you will continue to stay where you are at. Your crazy will continue. It will manifest greater and greater because it assumes that's what you like. And you will never take responsibility for the things that you want in life. And it all comes down to your behavior, your thoughts, and your attitude. If you don't like what you see, if you change your thought system, which is your behavior, which is a series of thoughts that you have over and over and over again. If you change those, your behavior will change. I promise the place where you are will change. Things, I ain't going to say it was easy. Things got harder way before they got easier. But when I graduated with that master's degree and continued on to that PhD, boo. Sometimes you've got to remind yourself of how far you've come. And so that's what I'm here to do, to remind you that you are beyond amazing. You are beyond great. You are far smarter. You have raised those girls. You have even if you don't have children, you have guided your family into things. You are the millionaire for your family. You are the generational curse breaker in your family. You are it. Please don't take it lightly. You are it, and it is all you. And yes, your shoulders are strong enough to take it, boo. What you do is, if you got to sit down for a minute and take a deep breath, that's what you do. But then you keep going, because you refuse to allow those self-imposed restrictions to stop you from achieving the thing that you want. Because as soon as you say, I can't, I don't know, number one, your brain is going to stop working. As soon as you say, I can't do something, your brain is going to assume that's the answer you wanted, so it's not going to look for another answer. You can do all the things. It takes an open mind. It takes a willingness to want to do the thing. And you got to be willing to take on the responsibility to receive your blessings. Because to receive a blessing is a responsibility of a blessing. You can't be blessed. I ain't going to say you can't. You can be blessed. But it's hard to hold on to a blessing when you're not responsible enough to take care of it. We want all the things, but are we responsible enough to take care of it? We cannot go beyond our attitude. We cannot lead beyond our attitude. And our attitude is simply the behaviors that we have. And our behaviors are simply thoughts that reinforce over and over and over again. What thoughts are you reinforcing to your children every day? What thoughts are you reinforcing to your family every day? And I'm so conscious of what I reinforce to the girls. I am conscious of it every time my mouth opens, period. I want to make sure that they have the space to be, grow, and be free and be peaceful. All the things. A to the man. Amen, Kitty Lynn. I'm just saying. I don't know why I went off on that tangent, but I felt it in my whole toenails. Like, y'all, these self-imposed restrictions have got to go away. You can't have them and complain. I, for one, can't handle it. I can't. Now, do I complain sometimes? Oh, yeah. But please understand, my complaining comes on the same breath of, girl, let me get off here so I can go ahead and take care of this. Let me go ahead and figure this out. Because the answer is there, my friend. The answer that you're seeking, the way that you don't know to go because you don't know which way to go. Because I've been there. Like, life is so crazy, Judge. You understand it's crazy. If I stop, then everything is going to fall. But if I don't stop, everything is going to fall. I've been there. I've been stuck there. And I've been there for years. I understand what it's like. Like, Lord Jesus, is something going to give? Like, every day, every year. Like, I thought it was going to get better. I have been there. It is there. That's the place where battles are won. That, my friend, is where you find your faith. That is where you decide what your beliefs are. That is where you decide that you're not going to stay in those self-imposed restrictions and you continue on anyway. So I hope this has helped somebody. This was the boost I needed this morning. A to the man. I needed that reminder because I want to open up this bookstore so bad. And my friend Kiba, if she's still on here, she recommended something to me and I'm working on that. And there's all the things that I want to do. And sometimes we can feel like, oh, it's never going to happen. It will happen. If your belief system, the tongue in your mouth and the tongue in your shoe are aligned, you're going to walk that thing out. And the answers will come. The answers are there. You got to make room for the answer. You got to make room for the blessing that you say you want, and you got to be responsible with it. If you can't even take responsibility to change those self-imposed restrictions, how are we going to handle those blessings? I'm just saying. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday. Please make sure you share this video because sharing is caring. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, we do have a YouTube channel so you can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. I do load them every night, even when I'm tired. And here's the thing. Sometimes I can be doggone tired. But I am my sister's keeper. And the thing that I know that's burning in my soul to do, I know it can't wait. And I know, yes, I know I need to rest. But there's some days, in your knower that it takes over and I can't stop. So even when I'm tired, I'm going. I am my sister's keeper. I believe that if I can help one sister who can help her family, who will change her community, we will change the world. And it is that serious yet that simple for me. So make sure you go over to livepastcrazy.com, get you I Am My Sister's Keeper t-shirt or share it with somebody else. Please make sure you share the show. And if I've said anything that has helped you or maybe that's not helped you and you didn't agree, please let me know so we can have a conversation about it. Because it ain't a dialogue. It ain't JoJo sitting here sprouting her thoughts and ideas. Because who am I? I'm just JoJo from Forest City. However, I am telling you why I am the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? I know just a little bit about crazy. And I can help your sister out. I can help her sister out. So, Mother's Day is coming up. I think I'm going to do a class for Mother's Day. If y'all would be interested in doing a webinar with me for Mother's Day, then let me know and I will work on that. Please don't forget, if you want to know more about why I'm calling myself the Only Live Past Crazy Specialist, Fearless Woman, Born to Give Thanks, is book 1. It is on Amazon and you can get it there. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing Friday. Please be peaceful, and I will see you here bright and early on Monday morning. Have a good one. No self-imposed restrictions today, okay? None. Take responsibility. Handle your business. Have a good one.